what I can tell you is I think that the contents are great. Of course, the faculty, the teachers, or the professors are incredible. It was one of the best experiences in my training in the last years. My name is David Urraca Ordiz. I am 42 years old right now, and I live in Gijón, in the north of Spain, and I have 2 children, and I am married. And I studied electronics, and I finished my studies in electronics in 2002. So in that time, I was really interested in the stock market. So I started studying the stock markets on my own, basically, okay? So in that time, as much as I studied, as much I was clear that I want to live from that I want to be a professional trader, okay? But the problem at that time, it was that I had no money to work with. So after finishing my studies, I started working in other companies related to the electronics. But at the same time, I continued to study and investigate in the markets, okay? So in 2004, approximately, I decided to quit my job and to start my trading career, okay, as a professional trader. So it was a difficult situation. It was a hard experience, because I think that approximately in the trade number 30, I think that I lost approximately 50% of my account in only one single trade. Okay, so in that time I was trading futures, and I was trading it was a bond future in Germany. So yes, it was one of the most difficult experience in my life, and of course the worst experience in my career. So after that, I continued to study in a very serious way the markets. But from that point on, I started studying and working more on trading systems. Okay, so I could say that I started algorithmic trading in that time, in 2004 approximately. So in the next years, I continued to study and investigate in the markets. And I think that it was in 2009, yes, it was in 2009 that I developed a quantitative trading model to trade futures, and it was on interest rate futures and equity index futures, yes. And I sold those signals through Collective 2. I don't know if you know the platform. Do you know the platform Collective 2? I started with that portfolio in 2009, offering my signals there, and it was one of the best portfolios in Collective 2 for basically 3 years approximately. Okay, so that was, and starting, it was a very important point for me, because in that time I could save some money to start trading myself, and at the same time I started trading myself with my own funds in a big way in 2010. Okay, so before 2010 I was trading my own funds as well, but I was not making a lot of money because I was trading with small amounts of money. Okay, but in 2011 to 2010 approximately, I started trading bigger contracts like DAX and things like that, and it was an important point in my career, because I started my career in a serious way, in a more serious way in that moment. So the point it was that the portfolio was working really well, really good, during 3 years approximately. And after that, I decided to co-found another company in Spain that it was Optimal Quant Management. Optimal Quant Management was a company that offered high quality training in algorithmic trading. Okay, it was something like QuantInsti, but 10 years ago, and in Spanish. Okay, so in that it was not, of course, as big as QuantInsti. Okay, and the contents were small, but I think that you know what I mean. It was something related with algorithmic trading as well. So the company was working very well. We had around, I don't know, we had a lot of students, and in 2013 we decided to jump to the. We decided to start trading professionally, and we co-founded ATP Capital Management. That this is a commodity trading advisor that operates in United States. So since 2013 until now, I have been working for that company, and of course I have been working as well, trading my own funds and trading funds of the company and the clients. And since 2014, I started working as well as a professor of an expert course that is offered through the Polytechnic University of Madrid. That it's it's a public university, and it's one of the most prestigious universities here in Spain. And the name of the course is System and Quantitative Models of Algorithmic Trading. And I have been working as a lecturer or professor in that course since 2000. I think that it was 2014 or 2015. I can't tell you exactly the date, but approximately that. So I don't know, that's my background, and of course nowadays I continue to trade, I continue to investigate, and I don't know, I hope to continue to do so for the next years as well. I didn't graduate. I didn't graduate. Okay, I studied electronics, but I didn't go to the university. In fact, I am studying at the university right now. I am doing a bachelor's degree in computing. Okay, but
oh, wow,
yeah, but when I finished my studies in 2002, 2001, 2002, I didn't go to the university. It was like a vocational training or something like that. I think that would be the translation in English. Okay, after say that, I wanted to tell you that, okay, my transition. Okay, the point was that before 2004, I was trading with strategies, but it was basically discretionary strategies. Okay. So I didn't have a systematic approach before 2004, but I was using indicators, for example, like RSA, for example, and I had rules, but like, for example, okay, I'm gonna buy if the RSI it's below 30, okay, and I'm gonna sell this trade if I'm gonna close this trade if, for example, the RSI it's about I don't know, 50, and in addition other subjective things are going to happen. Okay, so the point was that I had rules, but those rules were not very specific, were not very clear. Okay, so after 2004 and after that loss that I explained to you, the point was that I felt that I needed to have more precise rules. Okay, so for that reason, what I did after that time, it was I started to learn how to code, how to develop strategies, and how to back test them. Okay, because the most important thing for me was, okay, I have these strategies, I have developed these strategies before, but I don't know if they are profitable or they are not. Okay, so what I did, it was a feeling that I had in myself. Okay, it was something that I had inside. In 2004, for example, there were not a lot of information about algorithmic trading. Okay, there were some books, of course, but not as much information as we have nowadays. So it was. So I remember that when I said to some of my friends that I wanted to start trading using trading strategies and following the rules, they say something like, "Wow, yeah, that sounds crazy," because most of the people don't do that. So, but in 2004, I felt that I needed to do that. So for that reason, I started to back testing my strategies. I started to programming them and things like that. That was the point. It was more than inside feeling that other thing. I really think that the contents are great. Okay, I was impressed because I don't know. I was thinking like, okay, hopefully I have had this information 15 years ago. Okay, because that would have been great. So what I can tell you, I think that the contents are great. Of course, the faculty, the teachers, or the professors are incredible. Are incredible. It was one of the best experience in my training in the last years. So I really think that one of the key points of the EPAT is the quality of the professors. Okay, I think that that's one of the key points. I think that that's perhaps the most important part. That they are traders. Most of them are traders, or some of them are traders, but with a lot of experience. And I think that's very important. Okay, because sometimes you can learn from theory, but if you get to know someone who is going to teach you through experiences, I think that's great. So when you mix theory and experiences, I think that's a great combination, and I think that's what you do in your program, guys. So that was one of the best parts, without doubt. I think that I choose it because it's the main reference in algorithmic trading right now. I don't think that there are other programs at your level, guys. So congratulations about that. And of course, I choose the program because I think that it was the best available information that I had in the internet nowadays. I think that being professor is really good as well, because when you, for example, in the field that I do, I am working in the part that I teach at the university. I guide the students in the development of trading strategies. Okay, so the good point about that is that I am working with procedures all the time. So the students have to follow those procedures in order to develop the strategies. So one of the best things about being professor in this thing is that you're going to get a lot of experience guiding students, following their procedures to develop the strategies, and I think that's good for you, and that's good, of course, for the students. And I think that another good thing about being professor is that you are studying all the time, okay, and you are updating yourself all the time. Every single year you have to update yourself, and I think that it's a very good role. For me, it's great to be able to combine my trading, with the training that I do with my role as professor, because of that. Because I'm gonna keep myself updated, and at the same time, I'm gonna learn new things every year, and at the same time, I'm going to guide the students following those procedures, for example. Basically, I would say that algorithmic trading, it's a methodology that is demonstrated that works when it's do it in a proper way, and I would say that it's that algorithmic trading can allow you to trade in the markets with rules, which is very important for your survival, and it's very difficult to put this in one single sentence, you know. But I think that algorithmic trading has a lot of benefits, has a lot of benefits like diversification, control risk. I don't know, and I think that the most important thing, I really believe this, is if you don't have rules in the stock markets or in the futures markets, you are done. It's only a matter of time. So when you are doing algorithmic trading, you are putting rules everywhere, okay? And that's gonna protect yourself, and that's gonna, if you do it in a proper way, that's gonna guarantee your survival in the market. So I would say that algorithmic trading is, for me, it's my life, my job, and it's for me, it's the best methodology that I have found to approach the market.